Hi guys, it's Katie here again with another video. I'm going to be doing a birthday card today for a family member that has a birthday here coming up here for the next couple days. I've got my supplies all laid out here on my desk. I've got some of the mini ink blending tools. They came in a pack that looks like this. I actually won this pack from another sweet, very YouTuber named Carrie. Thank you so much, Carrie, again for that awesome giveaway. You rule. So there's my ink blenders for there. I have my acrylic block, and I've mounted it here with this sentiment that's going to say Happy Birthday. It's from this Simon Says stamp set called Happy. And then it's got lots of happies and then all kinds of really great sentiments in there with it as well. So that's the sentiment I'm going to be using. I have not decided if I'm going to be using this or not to do the sentiment in. This is Wow embossing powder in metallic silver. But I have it out in case I decide to use it. I have my trusty Tombow stamp runner. My Tim Holtz Splatters stencil. I love this stencil. I get a lot of use out of it. I've got some ink colors here. I have Island Indigo from Stampin' Up, Real Red from Stampin' Up, and then I have Mama Elephant in Smoke. It's a smoke. It's a really pretty nice neutral gray. And then I've got my papers here. I have a strip of this kind of teal colored chevron pattern. It's 5.5 tall by 1.5 wide. I have a piece of Nina White paper that is, I believe this one is, I think this one is 3.5 wide by 5.5 tall. I've got a little scrap piece of white paper here for my sentiment. And then I have my A2 size card base. This is 11 by 4.25, scored at 5.5. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, real quick before I get started, I just want to mention I did kind of change my mind a little bit. Instead of using the smoke ink from Mama Elephant, I decided to go with Weathered Wood, Tim Holtz Distress ink. I wasn't crazy about the idea of doing a dye ink and a pigment ink, but that's really the only reason. I think Mama Elephant inks are fantastic. And otherwise, I absolutely love them. I just didn't want to mix the two formulas together. I didn't know how that would really work. Okay, so I have taped down my piece of white cardstock, taped it to my desk. I taped it down with this Delicate Surface frog tape. I got this at my local hardware store. Super duper reasonably priced, and I absolutely love it. It works great. I use it all the time. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm going to start with the gray, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be putting some of these splatters from this stencil just kind of all over. Be sure I get all the nooks and crannies there colored in, and I'm going to be putting some right over here. Okay, so that looks good there. And, oh, I should have got a baby wipe. Let me get a baby wipe here real quick. Okay, I'm not getting a baby wipe from there, let me get... John, look in there and see if there's a package of baby wipes. I am joined today by my 12-year-old son who's hanging out in the craft area with his mama. Hey. And he is on the baby wipe hunt. You see him? Are they in there? I don't see any. Don't see any? Well, what the heck did I do with them? Oh, never mind. Alright, crisis averted. Here we go. Thank you, John. Okay. Now we're going to give that a quick wipe off just because I don't want any of the other colors to kind of, run together where I don't want them to run together. And then we're going to dry that off. Okay. Now I'm going to lay this down again right there. And this time I'm going to be going in with the Island Indigo. Ooh-wee, that is super duper dark. I'm going to be pouncing that off a little bit on some paper off to the side. Okay, here we go. Oh, and I've got a fuzzy. Get rid of that fuzzy. Okay, so there's that. And do a little bit more right there. And there. Okay, and then I'm going to put another spray up here. Okay. So that's good for the Island Indigo. And I have got red ink everywhere just from having that red ink pad out on my desk. So when you are doing this, you do have to be careful so that you don't cross-contaminate your colors and things like that, and get them to, and have them running where you don't want them running. Otherwise, you end up with a big old muddy mess. Alright, I'm going to be pulling this off, just this piece right there. And I think I'm going to put it like that. Alright, now this is the real red. Okay, and I'm going to wipe the stencil here again. And dry it off. And then I'm going to put just a couple little red splotches right down here. Okay, so I'm done with my stencil and putting the splatters on here. And originally I had been working on the paper in this direction. I went ahead and I rotated it, and so I'm going to actually have it going this way on the card. I'm going to close up my inks. one's already closed. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and make sure that it's good and dry. In the meantime, I'm going to start working on the sentiment. And I think I am going to heat emboss. So let me get my magic powder bag and the embossing powder, and let me find my Versamark ink. What did I do with it? I'm so glad you guys can't see my whole entire desk. The part that you're seeing is actually pretty clean, but it's just a little bitty space, you know, right in here that's clean. Everywhere else is a disaster. I've been traveling a lot with my craft stuff and have put some of it up, but some of it I have not. Anyway, okay, so I am going to use the bag on the piece of paper. I'm going to put it up, and coffee filter right here. Okay. And I actually used my heat tool not that long ago, so it should still be nice and warm. And so I'm going to stamp this down. I'm sorry if my head's going to get in the picture here for a minute. I'm going to make sure I get a nice solid impression. Okay. And bring in my embossing powder. More. Okay. I absolutely love this embossing powder. This stuff is fantastic. It melts so smooth, and it's such a pretty silver color without being, you know, like chrome silver. Okay, so I'm going to heat this up. And there it goes. Okay. So now I've got that heat embossed. I'm going to flex it back just a little bit because it did warp some, but that's okay. That's pretty normal. And take my powder bag, puts out a whole lot of powder, and so I always end up with powder everywhere whenever I use it. But that's okay, because that means it's keeping the embossing powder right where it needs to be, and if it makes a little mess, I'm okay with that. Okay, so there is my sentiment. Now I'm going to take this piece right here, and I want to put this piece, I want to overlap it enough to where on the card base, what the devil did I do with the card base? The card base, it'll look like, you know, it'll look like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tape, I'm going to put this down, this piece right here, and I've got my Tombow stamp runner here, I'm going to do that with, and this one is having some issues, but I'll make it work. I will make it work. Okay, and then I'm going to line it up. down just like that. Okay. Now, I think for this piece, I think I'm going to pop this up. Yeah, I think I'm going to pop it up. So let me grab my foam adhesives. These are the large squares from Best Creations. And I like those because you get a ton of them in the pack. And they're a really great value. And they will hold anything. So peel these off. And now to line this up. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Okay. What I did was I tilted this panel up like this way to me, and then just kind of, you know how when you're doing a deck of cards and you need all the cards to come back together, that's kind of what I did with this. Okay, so now I have that, and it's still on there kind of crooked, so whenever I wonder if I can pop this back up without. Nope, not going to do it. It's still kind of crooked, so what I'm going to do is whenever I go to finally be done with everything, here along the back, I'll just take my scissors and trim that off. You know, just trim where I need it to be even. Okay, so then for this, I'm going to take, and I'm going to get my scissors. And I'm going to snip right about here. I'm going to cut in the middle, and then I'm going to cut up to the middle on each side, and make myself a little fishtail banner here. Alright. And see, that is still really bothering the mess out of me, that I can still really tell that that is not straight. Okay, sorry about that. Husband had to come out and go to his truck. He's inside doing some honeydew things for me. While he was doing that, I went back and did some card surgery, pulled this panel off, and got it recentered. So now it is on there correct. It is on there straight now. And I just, OCD was kicking in and I was having a hard time with it. So now I'm going to take this piece here, and let me get my cutter out. And I want this piece to be 4 1/4. Say right in there. You guys can't see this. I'm kind of off camera a little bit, but it's about 4 1/8 long. Okay, so now I've got my card panel back here. Here's that. Yes, I am happy with that. Okay, and I'm going to put my foam adhesive on the edge there, and I'm going to take, I'm going to kind of cut it there. And just because I don't like having leftovers, I'm going to take that leftover piece from when I cut it and just put it like right there. And a little tombow right there, just to kind of hold it all together. And I'm going to line that up. we go. I think that just to kind of make the banner stand out some, I may do some black outline, and then maybe some black outline around this piece here as well, just to kind of make that banner stand out, because to me it seems like it's getting a little lost. So let me grab my Copic multi-liners here. Okay, sorry about that. Husband again. So I have here my Copic multi-liner in the 0.1. So I'm just going to freehand some lines, and I should have done this before, but I didn't think about it before. And I'm going to double up the lines just so it looks kind of, you know, doodly. I just was really not happy with how that banner was just getting totally lost in there. Go ahead and bring that all. Well, yeah, that looks fine. Okay. So I'm going to outline there. I'm going to outline there. I'm going to go ahead and bring the outlines all the way to the edge. And I'm going to do it over here. And we're going to do it up here. And then we're going to go okay, so now we have that great kind of scribbly looking outline there to kind of separate the two pieces so they maybe don't look so lost. I like this. I like this a lot. I think I'm going to add some bling to it and then post the final pictures. I hope you guys have had fun with me while I'm making a card. It is a little more masculine card, which is kind of what I was going for. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to put the bling up on it and post the pictures. If you guys liked what you saw here, be sure that you hit the thumbs up button. That is either where are the thumbs up buttons here? I believe that they're both going to be down below. If not, then I don't know where it is if it's not down below. But hit the thumbs up button nonetheless, and if you guys want to see more of this or something else, you know, leave me a comment. Let me know. And subscribe to the channel. I don't have very many subscribers yet, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys later, and have a great day.